Hey Fandom, I'm back. We survived Halloween, had a blast in here. We had our Zelda dance party. We had our Halloween karaoke with costume contest. That went really well. And it's another first week of the month, and the first week of every month is like super heavy because all the publishers want to get all their biggest books out, so they have like the 4 weeks of reorders to get their numbers higher as they vie for position in the top 100 charts. But we get a great amount of great books every first week, and yeah, man, it's good times. I'm also getting really excited about North Carolina Comic Con. I'm gonna be all up in that November 11th, 12th, 13th. I'll probably still be there the 14th. It'll be great. Excited about that. Check it out, Extraordinary X-Men. This is the X-Men, you know, there's this whole thing of like, they're Inhumans now, they have the spotlight. The Inhumans are the ones that are popping up and populating everywhere. They're the ones with all the diversity and all the craziness and the multitude of Inhuman books, and they're the ones that are gonna be in the movie stuff. They're already on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that stuff, and part of me is really irked about that because I've loved mutants forever, you know, since I was a kid. And there's a lot of like, let's just call them tertiary. And, you know, we don't have to call them third string or fourth string, but mutants that are off to the fringe that, and I know Longshot's not technically a mutant, but he is published in mutant books and he's my very favorite. Dazzler's still in the books, that's awesome. But, you know, other things like Multiple Man, where is he? You know, like, and don't say dead because it doesn't matter if they're dead because they'll come back again and again if they're popular. But the other part of me is like, wasn't there always this complaining that there was too many X-Men books and Wolverine's everywhere, there's too many X books? And it was kind of weird that they're this feared and hated and whatever shunned group of humanoids that were absolutely ridiculously popular. And there's a little contrast now. And now they're, maybe as their popularity goes down, maybe the books will get creatively better and it'll be more in tune with the actual themes of the stories. I don't know. But this first issue by Jeff Lemire with art by Ramos was pretty awesome. I thoroughly enjoy it. I love Jeff Lemire. It's a family. He writes families well. You should read this first. If you're going to read both of these, you should read Uncanny X-Men first. It's issue 600. It's the big send-off to everything Bendis was doing, all this stuff of the gay Iceman, Beast's intervention, everything that you wanted, all the dangling plot, everything that I was, you know, wanted for it, I got from it, and I enjoyed it, and it was awesome. They do have a crescendo with Cyclops where, you know, I'm still like, part of the fanboys like, well, is Cyclops still from Secret Wars? It's not over because I need to know about Cyclops here. Should I mourn him? Should I whatever, blah, blah, blah. He had a cool scene here. They mentioned Cyclops, what he did here several times, and I don't know. I don't want to spoil stuff. Some stuff has been trickled out, spoiled. You know that the Terrigen Mist is a poison to mutants, and some mutants are get impox or dying off of it. There's another thing that's been spoiled online that I'm not going to spoil that's in this issue about mutants, and I'm here. I like it. It's cool. You know, there's a few mutant books now. They're probably all going to be good, and let's see where it goes. And Old Man Logan's in here. You obviously see him on the cover, and that was fun. Deadpool #1. Oh man, this was really fun, and this really does play with the fact of how wildly popular Deadpool is. He's just so freaking popular. There's like parades for him, big old Deadpool balloons. There's so many characters that you know, don't have books, don't have any following, don't have anything that Marvel has done that might have fans, but Deadpool gets multiple books. And in here, Deadpool's costumes on all these characters. All these other characters that might be your favorite character that you never see anywhere are part of Deadpool's corporation now. He's hired these heroes, and they all have to wear Deadpool costumes. They're like, why can't we wear our own costumes? Like, because marketing. Because marketing. That's why, Madcap. And yes, this was awesome. It was fun. It works with Deadpool. It works with how famous he is now, how everyone loves Deadpool somehow, some way. Everyone wants to dress up as Deadpool. It's fun. That's what this book is. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So, yay, Deadpool. It's a celebration of who Deadpool is in pop culture. And he breaks the fourth wall so often, why not have a storyline that basically does that? You know, it's, you know, Deadpool and the Avengers, yay. Howard the Duck, new #1, same creators. This is really weird. It has a backup of Gwenpool. Gwenpool from that variant cover of Gwen Stacy month where, you know, with the Gwen Vengers and all the different Gwen puns. And Gwenpool went from that cover to cosplay to actual content, to actual story in these backup stories in this book. And it's cool. I love Zdarsky. I've always loved Howard the Duck. I love how Aunt May is a supporting character, you know. Take that, Peter, you know, like you don't have room for your aunt in one of your books. Well, Howard's going to take her because, you know, she deserves to be treated better. And they had cool stuff. The ending was great, and they do go to Florida, which is awesome. You know, the Everglades, the nexus of reality. And shit happens in Florida. You know, it happens. It's awesome. The Vision, really weird take on the Vision. He has a robot family. It's the King that I like. You know, there's Jeff King and Tom King. I like Tom King. Tom King is Omega Man's great. I've liked most everything he did. Jeff King is the one who did stuff that didn't resonate with me. You're free to like him if you want. I just got confused. I thought I was going crazy. I was like, how come some of this work by this King guy I love and the other stuff leaves me cold? And then someone had to be like, they're two different dudes. You should read the first names. I'm like, damn it. They told me not to smoke so much weed in high school. So anyway, the Vision's fun. I don't know how it's going to connect with the greater Marvel universe, but there is a supervillain in this issue. There is a confrontation. There is some craziness, and I liked it. I thought it was fun. And Hercules, he's back to being who he should be, back to being a badass god. It kind of had an Entourage feel to me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've watched every episode of Entourage and the movie, which wasn't really that good. I don't know why I paid $5 for it on Bright House on Demand, but you know, whatever. And for a penny and for a pound. And it's Abnett, who I've loved forever. So if you've ever liked Hercules, you will like this. If you've never liked Hercules, there's really nothing for me to pitch. It's a great Hercules story if you like Hercules. Moving on, Spider-Man. I've loved this Peter Parker Industry Spider-Man with him being basically a poor man's Iron Man, and that's cool. I don't care. It's fun. Peter Parker shouldn't be like entirely wildly successful. He should try different things and fail some. But I've really enjoyed what Peter's trying to do and what Slott is doing with the book. Iron Man by Bendis, I laughed more. There was 2 points in this book where I literally laughed out loud while silently reading it and kind of creeping out the people around me. But yes, you like it, and you know Mary Jane's coming to it. So again, Spider-Man supporting characters are going to other books because he's not taking care of them. So whatever. Doctor Strange, Jason Aaron. Never been the biggest Doctor Strange fan, but I love this book. It is drawn really well and creepy by Bocello, and I just like the fact that he's having fun. Yes, he has this burden. Yes, he's the Sorcerer Supreme, blah, 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 but he's having fun. He's having fun. He's getting laid, whatever. It's good. He doesn't have to be a sad sack the whole time, and I've enjoyed it. And Star Wars, we find out the stuff about Han and his supposed wife, and yeah, I'm getting really excited for Vader Down. I want Vader Down. I'm ready for Vader Down. Vader Down's coming so soon. I'm ready for it. Darkseid War, you got 2 tie-ins this week. Last week's Batman was awesome. This one, Superman was a little bit weird. You know, super god. He goes back, and Jimmy Olsen's like, but you know, what about birds and stuff? He's like, no, I'm a god now. And yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's like, you know, Batman was like, well, what if he didn't obey the law, and what if he just got like vengeance and prevented crimes and he was just all blah, blah, blah. And this is like, well, what if Superman didn't try to be human and just used his powers to make things blah, blah, blah. And, you know, it's pretty cool. And the Flash, Black Racer, you know what Flash did in Darkseid War when he became Black Racer, and the Flash was awesome. It was great. And Batman and Robin Eternal, I'm freaking loving this book. If you are a Tim Drake fan, you need it. Seriously. You need it. Like, stop buying Teen Titans, and maybe you already have if you're a Tim Drake fan, I don't know, and get this book because this is the best Tim Drake's been since New 52. So that's my opinion. And, you know, I was a kid buying the first appearance of Tim Drake and his first miniseries and all that. So, yeah, I like Tim Drake. And it's here. Sandman, Overture, hardcover, complete story, here, fold-out pages, intact. Everything's awesome. DC promised that it would be out before Black Friday, and it is. So, you know, yay. 1 point for them. And Sandman Overture was brilliant. It's just, if you read Sandman 1 through 10, the original story, it fits in there. It's Neil Gaiman. It's what he always wanted to do. It's the one story he never got back to when he was writing his whole, you know, insane epic arc that we all know and revere as, you know, the Sandman. This works. It's not necessarily a prequel, kind of a prequel, definitely not a sequel. It's just something that fits in where at one point Sandman said this, Morpheus says this, and then this happens, and something happened in between, and that's this story. So, yay. And finally, the creator-owned stuff, Paper Girls 2, was insane. It was insane. Paper Girls 1 had that cool cliffhanger where it's like, oh, I guess it ain't aliens. Yeah, you tried to trick us with that whole War of the World stuff being in on Halloween and alls, and nope, it ain't aliens. And what it is like nuts. It's crazy. The cliffhanger ending of this is insane. This book is great. It's, get it, seriously. Art's wonderful by Cliff Chang. If you're not reading Paper Girls, I don't know. I really don't know. Monstress, this is a new #1 by Image. It's Marjorie Liu, who you've probably read some of her work when she did runs on Marvel with Astonishing X-Men and X-23. She had epic X-23 stories and hasn't really been doing much with comics lately. She has a career as a novelist. I mean, she writes romance novels. She's a great romance novelist. She loves comics. She loves the characters. She loves Comic-Con. And she's just all around wonderful. And this is a creator-owned work by her that's in comics. Like, yes, she has creator-owned novels, but this is in comics. And, not much romance this issue, I suppose, but it's beautifully drawn, and I'm very happy that this is on the shelf. It's something that I can sell to people that are getting Saga, people that aren't, like, hey, if she did X-23 again, it's like, hey, she's back on X-23, it's great, but someone's like, what's an X-23? Oh, it's Wolverine now? I don't like Wolverine. But Monstress, it looks pretty. I think I can sell it, honestly. I really do, and I enjoyed it. Citizen Jack, this thing is freaking crazy. What can Jack do for you? Sam Humphries, who had great runs on different Marvel books. He did indie stuff. I liked him on Sacrifice. That's my favorite work of his. This is just a regular dude that decides he wants to be president. And he starts polling well when he does certain things that the demon tells him to do. Because there's this demon that I guess he worships, and there's some weird Cthulhu-looking weirdness under the sea and whatnot, and it's advising him. His advisor is definitely a demon, and his advisor says, if you do what I say, you will win. And when we think of, like, how do these candidates break out? People blame the media or whatever, but what if there's different machinations behind that? Like, where the hell did Bill Clinton come from? There he is, or whatnot. I mean, it's a good book, it's fun, and it's not political in partisan. It's nowhere near partisan. There's nothing about, they don't mention the word Republican, they don't mention the word Democrat. This is totally escapism. There's a nude, fat, white guy that just a regular dude that wants to be president, and he happens to worship demons or something. So, I mean, what's not to love? I thoroughly enjoyed it. So don't let the fact that it has some politics, it's all satire, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So, moving on. Ascend, issue 2. I don't know if you saw the Bleeding Cool story yesterday about Ascend that, yes, it's dealing with issues of loss of a loved one, suicide, very heavy issues heavy for me, issues heavy for Shane Davis himself. But is it something where if these teenagers kill themselves, do they go in the video game? And is suicide going to be something big in this story? I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. I trust Shane Davis to deal with suicide very well. It's something that personal to him. And so far, this book has been fun. It's been great. I like the video game stuff. There's a lot of speculation of what the actual themes are, the actual story of what's going on, and how that will be received, because that could be very controversial. But hey, it's fun and it's a pretty book. So, Bleeding Cool likes to stir the pot. That's why I'm on it. Whatever. James Bond 007, this is Warren Ellis. So you got this British guy writing a British guy, and it was good. The first part of the story is just fast-paced assassination, 007, badass, just a badass MFer. Quite honestly, not the biggest 007 fan. I am the biggest Warren Ellis fan, and it was fun. I don't have to know anything about the lore of James Bond or any of those novels or old movies or whatnot. I watch some of the newer movies, they're all right, sure. But I really enjoyed it because it's a great comic and I'm a Warren Ellis fan. Finally, I'm a big Grant Morrison fan, and this book was batshit crazy. Batshit crazy. This is like Santa Claus Year 1. It's called Claus. It's Grant friggin' Morrison and Dan Mora, who's done, he did like Hex for Boom. He's a Costa Rican artist. This stuff's beautiful, and it's Claus, how Santa Claus began. And, you know, he doesn't like when little kids are mistreated. He doesn't like that poor kids don't get toys. He doesn't like that rich, bratty kids don't appreciate their toys. He gets shot, he gets attacked, well, with an arrow, because it's old-timey. And he does some type of weird concoction in a pot like LSD or something. Shit gets crazy. There's all kinds of colors and whatnot. And that's where the myth of Santa Claus comes from. And there's toys, and there's craziness, and there's blood. There's a lot of blood. Like, most of the red is actual blood. There's not like, you know, the red felt stuff. Like, maybe it's animal skin with blood all over it to make it red. This book is hardcore. It's Grant Morrison. It's trippy. Everything you would expect from Grant Morrison is in here. Not much of what you expect from Santa Claus or Christmas is in here. There are the base concept that good kids get toys and bad kids get their lumps. Other than that, I don't know. I really, really, really love this book, and I'm so out of left field, but I'm so happy that Grant Morrison is doing something that is newsworthy, something cool, something badass, something was like, everyone's like, oh, I can't believe what he did to Batman in his run. I can't believe what he did to this character, that character. I just want to hear some Santa Claus fanboy like, I can't believe he retconned Santa Claus. And it's like, no, this is the actual original myth of Santa Claus. This is what Santa Claus really was. It's not a retcon of Santa Claus. It's awesome. Get it. It's Claus. Come on. Thanks. Bye-bye.